Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Shankly Sessions, of course, your Liverpool podcast on the upper tier on YouTube. This is your Burnley versus Liverpool preview. Feels like another cup final ahead of us on Sunday, especially with Man City winning in comfortable style against Norwich. When they're running out 4-0 winner. So basically, it's like a tennis match at the moment, and Man City have just served over the net again. So it's up to Liverpool to get that response in there tomorrow and lay down a marker, keep this title race going. Anything less than 3 points, title done. End of story. Can't slip up anyway in this. We have to wait for City to slip up if possible. Obviously, Deutsch versus Klopp, always a very interesting matchup on the sideline. There's always words had. There's a little bit of needle there as always between the two boys. So it should make it really, really interesting. But a huge game Sunday at 2:00 at Turf Moor. Normally a very, very tough place to go. Tough old pitch, crowd on top of you type of thing. Pretty intense atmosphere. But as of late, it's been a little bit less than that, let's just say. But again, we can't be complacent because we know that the crowd and Burnley will be up for this. I always are when they're up against like a top six side. In terms of current form at the moment, let's look at that. Burnley in the Premier League at the moment, 2 losses and 4 draws in their last 6 games. For Liverpool, it's 3 wins, 2 draws and a loss. So again, finding form. A lot of players back for Liverpool now, so a little bit of stability there for us tomorrow. And plenty to pick from, including the new arrival Luis Diaz, who looks exceptional. For Burnley, team news, Deutsch must have been absolutely crapping it when Cornet was withdrawn the other night against Man United. But he played it down as a bit of cramp. He reckons the boys should be all right for tomorrow. Absolutely fundamental to anything that Burnley does. Obviously, the boy V-Horse as well. V-Horse, who has come in, seems to want to put himself about big lad as well. So he should present an interesting challenge for Virgil van Dijk and whoever his partner is tomorrow. Maybe it might be Kanate. I'm not too sure. Or maybe Matip might hold on to his place after a good showing midweek. But Deutsch, Charlie Taylor is closing in on a return from an ankle injury, but it might have come a little bit too soon. So the start will probably be given to Eric Peters, who had a strong midweek showing, if you remember, against Man United. So on top of that as well, Vidra, we know, who's a big player for them as well. Always an impact sub comes on as well. And obviously the big lad as well, Goodmunson, both remain out at the moment. For Liverpool, Mo Salah welcome back at Anfield the other night. Absolutely raucous crowd, delighted to have him back. Always gets a great cheer, Mo Salah, especially if he's coming off the bench, because it doesn't often happen. We know that Mane's back after the African Cup of Nations. We've seen him back in training and stuff like that. So he's back, celebrations over, trophy in the cabinet, time to get down to business. So it wouldn't be too bad to see him back there again. Absolutely boiled by winning the AFCON. So fantastic for him. Jordan Henderson has a bit of a back injury that may not have flared up again, so he may take part in this game. But Joe Gomez and Divock Origi, their absences in midweek were both tactical. It wasn't anything to do with injuries or anything like that. It was just a tactical thing. Klopp, I mean, I'd be surprised if he makes any alterations really, but we do have the big game coming up against Inter Milan as well midweek, so that's going to be massive for us as well. Harvey Elliott's there, Ox is there to provide options if he needs to have a change in the middle. But looks like we've more or less got a full bill of health there. Plenty of options, plenty to choose from, plenty of impact players that can come from the bench. But it'll be interesting to see what the starting lineup is. We know what way Burnley are going to play. They're going to bank it up. They're going to make it difficult, and they're going to try and get the big man up front to put himself about a bit. Obviously, with Cornet there pulling the strings as well. But this is a real game that Liverpool, this could be a potential banana skin, and Liverpool need to be on it right from minute one and very, very focused, because they know what way Burnley will just try and drag us down into their type of game. And if that happens, as we know, minutes just play by and go by, and the next thing you know, we've got 10 minutes to go, we haven't put a score on the board, pressure's on, and we don't get the job done. So it's really important tomorrow, right from minute one, get at these boys straight out of the blocks. Nothing to mess around with. In terms of possible starting lineups, if we look at Burnley, obviously Pope and that's absolutely fantastic keeper there. Roberts, May, Tarkovsky, Peters, McNeil, Westwood, Brownhill, Cornet, Vhorst, and Jay Rodriguez. It was a very, very good player as well. Rodriguez, most people remember from his Southampton days. But also you got on set pieces as well, the danger of me and Tarkovsky. So if Burnley do happen to get some set piece around the box or a couple of corners, these guys can be very dangerous, as we have seen in the past. For Liverpool's possible starting lineup, we got Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Elliott, Fabinho, Henderson, Salah, Jota, and Diaz. Interesting. I suppose you'd have to give Diaz another start, wouldn't you? I mean, he was exceptional the other night. It'd be hard to drop him on the basis of that. But then again, I don't know. Maybe he might be keeping him for the Inter Milan game or something like that. Who knows? And especially with Mane after returning, or maybe he might wait and pump Mane in there for the Inter game, maybe, you know. Interesting to see. In terms of the betting, I had a look at the betting on this. And I looked at it. Burnley are 10-1. The draw is 9-2, and Liverpool are 1-4 on some massive favourites. But again, the betting doesn't always tell the tale of how the game transpires. If you're looking for a bit of value, Salah to score 2 or more goals is 7-2. Jota to score 2 or more is 5-1, and Luis Diaz anytime is 11-8. Salah, an interesting one that I picked out here. Salah to be first goal scorer and Liverpool to win 2-0 is 18-1. And Liverpool to win 2-0 is evens. And a nice little one that could be in there, which I think could really happen tomorrow, a penalty to be scored is nearly 3-1. So that's probably worth throwing a few quid on, because this is going to take, when they put up those two banks, it requires a little bit of trickery. And normally when you get a little bit of trickery around Liverpool in terms of the movement of Salah and Mane and Jota and stuff like that, it can lead to a penalty, because Burnley can be a little bit clumsy around the box. No doubt about it. In terms of predictions, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Liverpool. I would hope for more, because we need to also not only win and get points on the board, but we need to be conscious of the goal difference as well between ourselves and Man City, which could, at the end of the season, hurt us or could count for nearly an extra point on the board. So it's important that when we do play Burnley, not only are we focused on getting the win, not only are we focused on keeping a clean sheet as always, but we need to be focused as well on racking up a bit of a number. If we do get them on the blocks, if we do get a couple of early goals and it gets comfortable, we need to do very similar to what Man City do with Pep. They don't take the foot off the gas. Helter-skelter, boom, in there, goal after goal after goal, rack up a cricket score if you can. Let's get that goal difference a bit tighter than what it is at the moment, which could be vital in terms of the title race this season. As always, we will be back tomorrow with a match reaction and player ratings. We're hoping that it all goes well and that the title race is still intact this time tomorrow. But obviously, if you want to contact us or you want to drop your predictions down in the comments there, obviously we're on YouTube, the upper tier. You can also contact the show. We're on Twitter at Session Shankly. Let us know your thoughts on the starting lineup. Let us know your score predictions. You'll also get us on the upper tier podcast, gmail.com. If you fancy audio versions of the show, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. We will chat to you tomorrow. Let's do this, Red Men. Keep that title race going.